Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the second Unconquered podcast film session of the 2020 season. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. We're going to take a look at McKenzie Milton and what he brought to the table in 2017, back when he was healthy. And this was against Auburn in the bowl game. And I've talked a little bit about this in the offseason. I wanted to show a few of these clips just to give a sense of kind of what Florida State's getting here. I know there's been a lot of talk that KZ is, basically before he was injured, you're talking about a Heisman level player. I don't see that on the film, and you'll see a little bit of why when we look at this. I'm not going to belabor the point by going through every play, but we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that he put on film against Auburn, both positive and negative, and take a look at what he's going to be able to bring to the table when he's on the field for Florida State, which is not going to be the whole time. I mean, I think Jordan Travis is actually going to take probably more snaps than McKenzie at this point, given some of the issues with KZ's foot and some other things, and just Travis having shown improvement, but still worth having a good sense of what to expect from Milton in these kinds of scenarios. So let's go ahead and start it up. This is the opening series against Auburn, and you can see this here. And here's where my concerns really primarily lie. This is first play, so he's a little bit jacked up, and a big game against a big bowl opponent. You can't miss this throw, and there's just too much inconsistency from Milton at different points in this throughout this game, and you can see. Again here, same thing. Now this is something where he's not quite used to guys that can handle the slot quite as well. This was something that scored a bunch for UCF all year, but again, it's a matter of just not being accurate enough. Here's a situation where he missed his read. He's waiting too long, and this needs to be to the follow concept. He needs to hit the lead guy right now as he settles, but he's waiting a little bit too long, misses it, and now you see what actually really made him special at UCF was his ability to make plays on the run like this. He didn't make it here, but you can see him keep the play alive and move around. This is something that I just don't think is going to be as much a part of his game at this stage after that catastrophic knee injury and some of the continued nerve issues he's having in his foot. It's just not something you're going to get as much of. So let's go ahead and bump through some of this other stuff. This is running game stuff. We're not going to worry too much about that. So this one should be throw. Yeah, here we go. Once again, this is one of those freebies. You've got to put this on the money. If this is on the money, this is out the gate a little bit. He's got a good chance to actually turn this into a play with a one-on-one. Throws it way behind him on something that he just doesn't set his feet and just kind of flicks it and doesn't put it accurately. This is the sort of thing that as a coach, you get really frustrated at. Like, oh, come on. You got to put that on him, especially if you're going to be an elite guy. Here you have snap is actually just off center, fumbles the snap, and it becomes a turnover. That's not the best start. Now again, a lot of nerves involved here, a lot of things that could go better, but this is just showing sort of the last action from that year, and it's worth taking a look at where that is. Now this is where you get to see him kind of at what he does, and this is getting it out quickly. That's on target. That's really good. And like I said, there's some hot and cold to his game. When he got hot, that's when he starts dealing. Once again, same concept. This right here, you can't miss this. And you can see, once again, the footwork is really bad. Throwing this off the wrong foot. There's no torque with his body. This is completely arm, and he's just pushing the ball, and that's why that ball sails both high and behind the wide receiver. You cannot miss that throw. And you can see he's pretty frustrated with himself here. This is not a throw that he was used to missing, but it's a throw that he can't miss. And you see why, again, I'm not ready to call the 2017 McKenzie Milton elite. Here's another example. This should have been a pick six. Didn't recognize the coverage. Misses location a little bit, got sort of rescued by his receiver there who took a shot. Throwing it off balance once again. And he does have a tendency to do that. And without a huge arm, you can kind of get yourself in trouble there. So, but man, they had a great running game, and everything around him was amazing that year. Really good team. And he used his feet very well. I mean, more similar to a guy like Ian Book. You can see this is really where he made his plays in this game, was with his feet. And Florida State basically has that guy with Jordan Travis. So here again, little rollout, little half roll, actually a little more of a sprint out. And this ball should not be behind his receiver. Misses his location, so that again is a minus if you're grading location. It's not terrible, but it's not good. Play action, looking downfield. And he flat out just misses his guy. Now this is a tough throw. He's trying to hit the seam, but just flat misses him. Now, granted, they won this game, and he found a way to will his team to win and got some help. Made some good decisions here. I mean, that's a good decision. And again, this is really where he made the most hay in this game, is with his feet. And he played well, did some things there, and it's really sad that he tore his knee up and, just is not the same player in that respect that he was. Little happy feet, doesn't see all that well. He's a little shorter, but don't like to see him getting quite so happy here. Not sure where he's going, and then good decision. Throw that over his head. Get rid of the football. Good job of not taking a loss. Once again, doing things with his feet. Guy is fearless. And here again, immediate pressure. Just you get a blow by on the offensive line. What does he do? He breaks a tackle, takes off. And that's where McKenzie Milton was special in 2017. Just not sure how much of this we're going to see, given the leg situation. And that's just, that's really sad. But, man, this is really good right here. I mean, that's just handling your business at the quarterback position. Like to see a little more accuracy, but some guys just find ways to win. He does it all sorts of ways here. This is one where, again, not too bad. It shows a little bit of the limitations in arm strength. You get a little waggle here. So you get a little play action on the reverse, and then he's setting up with the waggle, which is going to pull the safety along with the cross-country route here, and then you have the deep post behind it. The receiver's waiting on it a good bit. That ball's a little late. Receiver's waiting on it, but he gets it there, and it gets broken up because it's late. And a little bit behind where you want it. You want that ball right in here. Let the receiver run into it. So, once again, just not being on time, not with accuracy. And right here, you've got another vertical. They really identified something with the Clemson defense here in terms of some of these little switch routes and so on. Or not Clemson, but Auburn defense with some of these switch routes on here. Little hesitation, and this is out the gate. You cannot miss this throw. The one thing you tell your quarterback is when you have this scenario, there's no overthrows. You're willing to take a slight underthrow as long as that's not incomplete. You're okay. What do you get? And yes, there's some pressure on this, but you can't miss this. That just missing your location, and that's really frustrating for a play caller, for a receiver, and for the quarterback. You don't want to miss that one. Miscommunication on the route there. That was bad spacing. Once again, though, what was he able to do? Man coverage, identifies it, takes off 12, 15 yards, first down. Once again, able to do some of that stuff. We'll see how much of that he's able to do this year, given all the issues that he's got related to his injury. Once again here, though, When he's actually got to make a play with his arm, this isn't even close. I don't know if this gets batted. No, it doesn't get batted. He just misses it. And you'd like to see him actually slide into the window just a little bit more and put this out there. But let's see if he got a hold here. There, a little hold, but that's really, again, location is not great. So second half, they got things a little bit more in play with him at quarterback in terms of making some of those throws. They also settled in terms of their rush offense. But all told, I mean, they were fortunate to still be in the game given some of the plays, some of the throws that he missed in the first half. Then he came out in the second half, and you see stuff like this, which is just filthy. I mean, this is like Johnny Manziel stuff. Like Texas A&M Johnny Manziel, not the NFL one. I mean, you've got an unblocked edge guy who's one-on-one with him, has him dead to rights, plants his foot in the ground, steps up, and then on the run just whips it. And look at the passing window when he throws this. He's throwing this with this level of anticipation. This is pure, unadulterated filth from a quarterback. This is dealing. You see that right there? That ball's out, and he's throwing this to this window, and you have to put this right on the exact location to get it right. There it is. Perfect. Touchdown. And this is basically the play that put them in position to win this game. I mean, you see this. This is, man, if he's able to do anything close to that for Florida State, you'll take every bit of it you can get. That's special stuff right here. So you can see that Milton, in a context where he's not surrounded by a great defense and, having great skill position guys to work with, is going to probably be frustrating at times in terms of the inconsistency and some of the misses that he's going to have. But then there's some of these moments where he's able to hit some targets and make some true big-time throws where he's able to locate it where very few guys are going to be able to locate it and do so on the move. And I don't think his ability to throw on the move has been impacted by the injury. So that's where I think you're going to get the most out of him. You're going to have to deal with some of the inconsistency, though. And the question is, how much more consistent has he gotten as a thrower since this time? I mean, that's all really he was able to work on for a while. So how much has that improved? That's really my question coming in. I'm interested to see it. We'll see how this goes as they move forward. Like I said, I expect Travis to be the first guy out there and to be kind of the main guy, with Milton as a supplement and certainly having a significant role on the team as much as his foot's going to allow. And again, you've got to manage his load over the course of the season. Once again, here he goes running. But again, you hope to get the Milton who is hot rather than the Milton that's cold. And when he's not locating, when his accuracy isn't quite on, you might as well just go ahead and keep Travis in there, because he basically brings that run game presence that Milton had previously. And, he basically still has. So this is, oh my goodness, completely powerbomb that guy, but that back. But we'll go ahead and wrap there. We'll go ahead and wrap this there. This has been the Unconquered Podcast film session, second film session of the 2021 season. I'm Jason Staples. Thanks for being a Patreon subscriber. And once again, you know what? I'm not going to wrap before we look at this one. This is another one. You can see he got hot here. This is a slot fade, which Norvell loves to throw. First of all, look at the timing. Getting this out now. Throws it with confidence. You can't locate that ball any better. Now, you might not want to throw that ball, but this is a ballsy throw. And in terms of location, that you can't improve on. So the ability to make plays like that is there, and the ability to miss the plays that we saw at the beginning are there. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap here. This has been the Unconquered Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Staples. Thanks to my Patreon supporters and what do you call them, subscribers and such. All of you who have been so generous on Patreon, very grateful, and hopefully be able to do plenty of this over the course of the season.